Scott Rosenfeld gets excited about things most of us don't even notice.
Light doesn't make lines like that naturally. We made that happen. 6 tons of index cards. This is great. I just want you to be able to walk in and say, oh my God, look at all those cards. So whatever you put in front of me, I want it to look great. I want it to look dynamic.
Scott is the Smithsonian light seeker, and he's on a mission to make stunning works of art shine in literally the best light possible.
There's some danger here, so I'm actually going to put on these welding goggles. I will do anything in order to get the light that I want for a particular artwork.
He puts a lot on the line because it's an actual installation and people are coming to his museums, and it's got to be spot on. It's got to look great.
To ensure that, he's concocting the ultimate LED lighting.
This is what I helped create. This is the brightest, smallest beam spotlight that I know of.
This is the Renwick, part of the Smithsonian American Art Museum, and spotlights like Scott's make this a very special art gallery.
We have floods of people that are finding wonder in these artworks and are just captivated by what we've created at the Renwick.
But capturing their imaginations wasn't easy.
This one, which is super expensive, and this one, which is too yellow. This one my grandmother doesn't like.
Scott left no stone or light bulb unturned in his quest to find the perfect LED lighting.
For most of my career, we were using incandescent light. And I really didn't think about spectrum and color too much. But when it came to starting with LEDs, I realized how little I knew.
So Scott turned up the intensity of his search.
The question I'm trying to answer is, as we reduce illuminance, will we maintain the effect of the higher gamut?
Really quickly, he started diving into these sort of narrow color science questions. Can science explain that for me?
Here in his lab, Scott experiments with different lighting and colors to get just the right mix for each piece of art.
I'm actually going around the museum, looking at my artworks to determine what artworks may benefit from the short wavelength energy.
Artwork is often sensitive to light and heat. It's a fine line to create the right look without harming them. Certain filters can add brightness and colors safely.
So that's the idea, is that it can appear both brighter and more colorful as it would if you looked at it in a non-conservation setting.
I'd have my list of questions, and Michael invariably would have either good answers, or we found out there were experiments that we needed to do to get to our answers.
But to really show off treasured works, Scott needed a sharply focused spotlight LED, and that didn't exist. Working with the science and lighting community, he was able to create a bulb that filled that void.
So I'm excited to show you this. This is an incredibly bright, narrow beam lamp developed specifically for the Renwick because we couldn't find anything like it, so we made it ourselves. This narrow beam lamp is amazing because not only does it allow me to just stick light in a small area and make it super bright, but then I can add specially made holographic films that take that light and spread it and shape it so I can match the size of the light exactly to what I'm lighting. Anything I put in that is gonna really, really glow, and it's phenomenal. And the Renwick is a craft museum. We're lighting glass, which takes a lot of light for it to start glowing inside.
At the Renwick, Scott's invention helps bring these works of art to life. There are 962 lights in this gallery, and he needs to make sure that all of them are working to deliver what the artists intended.
And you can see how there's this line of light that follows the branch. Light doesn't do that. That's what we invented with that 4-degree lamp, that pin spot, and that film.
In this display, 54,000 marbles are laid out to recreate Chesapeake Bay.
She wanted light and shadow, and she wanted us to trace the rivers of light, which wouldn't have been possible until we brought this light bulb and the holographic film to task. And that allowed us to go from flat lighting to creating these rivers of light.
In the end, Scott's persistence is actually helping not only works of art.
Museums are actually a good bellwether for almost all applications. And if light works well for a museum, it's likely to work for everyone.
And he's not finished refining his craft just yet.
I've got a long list of questions for scientists that I'm dying to ask them. And I'm very happy that I'm on this nexus between design and art and science.